4 o'clock. Actually, nobody can, because there is no nurse to help us, nor do we have the medicine to do so. If we do get sick or have a headache, we better have our own pills because the nurse's office doesn't have any more ibuprofen. How do I know this? From personal experience. What I also know from personal experience is that a few years ago, one of my classmates broke his head and was unconscious for 3 days. Luckily for him, there was a kid who helped him, and he's better now, he's good now, he doesn't have anything. But I bet not all the students in our school knew what to do in that situation. And we should know what to do in that situation and be prepared for anything, because if it weren't for that kid, who knows what could have happened. I want to talk about this, hoping for a change. I want to change something, and this felt like the only way for me to do so. Imagine if something were to happen to any of us. I want to go to school without the fear of choking and not being helped by any of my colleagues because they don't know how to react or what to do. Imagine if I just, broke my arm right here and right now. How many of you, and this is a question for the public, how many of you know how to give first aid? Primul ajutor. Cine știe să dea primul ajutor? Okay, one person, thank you. Not all in any case, not any actually. None of us are prepared, and we should be prepared for the worst case scenario. For example, our classes don't even have first aid kits. The nurse's office barely has any band-aids. I remember this one time, one of my friends' leg hurt, and she went to the nurse's office to get some band-aids, and there were no more for her. Of course, I'm not saying this happens every time you go to the nurse's office, but this shouldn't happen at all. Another thing I also hate about the nurse's office is every time I go there, I am told to eat regardless of my problem, and I think the students here can confirm. For example, I went about 2 times to the nurse's office. I was told to eat. I tried to convince her that I did eat, and she didn't believe me. I got a pill from one of my colleagues in the end, and another time she did believe me, and here's the surprise, they had no more pills for me. So yeah, that's that. Of course, I talked to the teachers about our problems, and they had no solutions. They tried. I've been told they tried. However, I have a few solutions. I'm going to write a petition asking for a longer program at the nurse's office and more medicine. It needs about 200 signatures to be heard and listened to, so I will be going to each and every class in this school for you to sign it and help me gather the signatures I need. I also think we should have a small fundraiser hosted by any of our parents or teachers where, let's say, if any students, instead of buying a can of Coke, gives them money to the fundraiser, we would have enough money to buy first aid kits for every class in the school. What I also think we should have, some first aid classes, courses, right after hours after school. I know spending more time at school might suck, but this is very important and necessary for our well-being, and nothing is more important than our health. So I think we could ask some volunteers from SMART or the Red Cross, and they could be our teachers. I think the small changes can be done. All we need is a little help from our parents and teachers. Thank you very much.